Are you guys ready for some graphing in Illustrator? Let's go! Okay guys, today you're going to make two graphs. One that shows the count of the materials compared to the sum of the cost of that material. And we're going to show that jute is about the same price as cotton, but we get far less of it. Here's how we do it. Make a new project in Illustrator that's 1000 by 1000 pixels wide. Go over to your data set, and for the first one, we're going to do the count of the materials here. You can pull in the data by copying it and pasting it. Come over to Illustrator, and the graph tool, pie graph tool, is at the bottom. Click and drag across the artboard, and we'll open up a data set. Just paste your information in, and make sure that you transpose it. It has to be horizontally oriented for this to work. Hit OK, and then you can close the graph tool. Take the graph out of Illustrator. So in other words, you see over here in the layers, it says graph. We want that to just be individual shapes. Here's how you do it. Grab the direct selection tool and just select the pie. Make a copy of it, paste it, and then you need to move it out of the way for now. We're going to do the same thing for the labels. Copy, paste, and move them out of the way for now. Now you can come to the graph and turn off the visibility for it and move your stuff back into position. So my graph is here, and I need to do a couple things. First of all, with everything selected, turn the stroke off. That makes it so there's a black line around it, and we can't do a 3D graph with a stroke on it. It will look kind of weird. Grab it with the regular selection tool, and you're going to click and drag across all of these shapes. Object, and we need to expand them first, and then we need to group them. Now we can apply a 3D effect. Come up to Effects, 3D, Extrude, and Bevel. You can see it goes into 3D. Make sure at this point that you only do this thing once. Have preview turned on. You can check on more options. You can change your lighting scenario. It's dependent on how much lighting intensity and all of that stuff. And sometimes I lower the ambient light. Hit OK. So at this point, it looks good to me. And I can move stuff around in space by grabbing the direct selection tool and pulling that pie piece out. Now say I wanted to go back and reorient this. I wanted to re-rotate it to a different direction. I'm going to have to go back to the step before I apply the effect. So now I have it. I'm going to go back and do the extrude and bevel. So in other words, I'm not going to do it more than one time. Go back. Lower the intensity again of the ambient light, and now I'm going to rotate that thing in space a little bit. I'm trying to show, which is this piece here is jute, and I'm not getting as much of it compared to cotton. So I want to put that right in the foreground. Hit OK, and now with the selection tool, or the direct selection tool, I can pull it out. I can also change its color to make it stand out, and then I can also do the same thing for its pie label, and you can add your label here. So this is make the label big, and that's all you have to do for that one. So you will grab the other data set in Excel for the second pie graph. Same deal, just come on over. I would just grab everything, go to Illustrator, grab the pie graph tool, and repeat. This time, take out the information you don't need, transpose it, turn it into a graph, and then close that graph out and repeat the process. Good luck.